Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back again with another video. You know, we've been busting them out recently back in the shop. Well, actually, this is gonna be the first time I'm working on a bike in the shop, and it's only fitting we're working on the CR250 right back there. So I'm gonna try not to waste a lot of time with this video, especially editing. Just gonna be fixing a few issues that we got going on with the CR250. So I'm going to go over what issues specifically we're having with this bike in a little bit, but before we do that, I want to show you the new Sandblaster that I just set up today. It was a lot of work, but this thing is sick. So there it is, right behind the CR. Right when you walk into the shop, first thing you're going to see is that big Sandblaster in the back. I was able to get a lot of tools put back into my tool chest over here. They're looking real clean and organized now. This is what I always wanted. Gonna try to keep them like this from now on. Got my torque wrenches. That one's empty. T-handles. Tire change drawer. Suspension tool drawer. Down here we got the engine drawer, case splitters, valve shims, gasket scrapers, compression tester. All that good fun stuff. Got my impacts down here. So we're looking pretty good now. I did unfortunately sell some of my tools, so I'm gonna have to replace a few of them, but we're looking pretty good now. This is the dust extraction that I'm gonna be putting on the blaster. Let's check out this blaster. Pick this big boy up from Eastwood. It is 10 times what I had before with my last entry-level blaster, so I'm super stoked about this thing. Check it out. Oh boy. Yeah, dog, we can do 20-inch wheels in here. Swing arms, subframes, maybe even a full dirt bike frame. Just not sure if it's gonna fit in this thing, but it's massive if you can't tell. I just need to get my compressor hooked up to a 220. We don't even have 220 at this location, but I'm gonna get some installed, run that thing, and I'll be able to blast. Over here I got a little mini vapor honer. This thing is gonna be cool. And check it out, look at the size of this mini vapor honer compared to the Sandblaster. Alright, straight into the bike. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time is get a restyled number plate. So I got the Prime MX restyle kit, so you can put a newer year front plate on your bike. And I'll show you which year I went with later. It's gonna look amazing though. But the real issue we got is this rear brake is almost gone completely, and what's going on is the caliper. The seal around the piston in that caliper is going bad and it's just not working. So what I'm gonna have to do is rebuild this caliper, and then I'm gonna bleed the brake system again, and it should be back working perfectly. And the last issue is this pipe. Check this out. This thing is crazy loose, and when I'm riding or just revving the bike, it's shaking like crazy. But what it is it's mostly just these rubber mounts down here that have gone bad, so I'm gonna replace those. I never did when I rebuilt the whole bike. Just like a small, simple, cheap thing I should have replaced back when I did it. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some new exhaust springs on there. So nothing crazy really, just a few things I need to address, especially that rear brake. We're gonna get it done right now. Over here I got the exhaust mounts, and I even bought a new piston for the rear caliper just because it looked like it was corroding. And since I'm going in here and replacing the seals on that caliper, I just figured might as well spend the $15 or whatever it was to replace the piston. I like to have my bikes dialed in. They're beaters, but they're not clappers. Okay, we've got the caliper off the bike. Here you can see very easily what the problem is. This whole seal is completely fallen apart, and the piston's all corroded. It's just not working well. So gonna go ahead and pop this piston out using an air compressor, clean this thing up, and rebuild it, slap it back on the bike. Okay, we're gonna pop this piston out now. Just make sure you put a little rag in there or something, because that piston sometimes can go flying. Got about 40 PSI in here, should pop it right out. Just like that. That thing was toast. Alright, we got the parts cleaned up. They're looking really nice, but I did not get all the dirt off. Didn't get them as clean as I normally would. Didn't have any degreaser, so I had to just use soap and water and just some brushes and stuff. But it's gonna work. The other thing is I plan on cerakoting these parts in the future because I want to give this bike a little bit more bling. I never did any cerakoting on it. So anyways, these things are ready to get seals thrown in, and we'll pop the piston, reassemble these, throw it back on the bike, move on to the exhaust. Wow, I am screwed. I ordered a front brake caliper rebuild kit. How the hell did I do that? Oh my god. Well, looks like this bike's gonna be sitting for a few weeks. Alright, what's going on, guys? We are back. It has been a few weeks. My hair's a lot longer, and the shop is coming along even more. So I've already got power installed back here. I've got 220 running into my air compressor, and my Sandblaster is just about all done. Just got to put the sand in it and fix a few small things, so we'll be blasting real soon. But today we finally have the correct caliper rebuild kit for the rear. So we're going to be putting it on the CR250 and just getting this thing back on the road. I'm so ready to ride. So much stuff has happened, and that bike makes me really happy. So let's get all this work done quick. All right, new seals are installed, and we've got a brand new OEM Honda caliper piston to pop in. So let's get that in there. I'm also going to be installing these Moto Master Racing brake pads. These things are absolutely beefy and probably the best quality brake pads you can get. I picked them up from Toxic Moto Racing a very long time ago. Thank you, Jeff, so much for hooking it up with these. And if you guys need any Supermoto parts, brakes, wheels, whatever, check them out. I'll put the website right here. So we're gonna throw these new pads in. I noticed that the old ones were really beat, but I've got the caliper back together. Last thing we need to do is just put the pads in the pin, slap it back on the bike. Oh yeah, that is looking fresh. Gonna be having some real strong brakes. Got the FMF fatty off. This pipe is looking great. Still looks really new and awesome condition. What I want to replace is these rubber grommets here. They're really old and dry, and we're gonna pop some fresh ones in. So I'll clean that up, put the new ones in, and just taking a look at the exhaust here. Everything's looking really good. The O-ring is in perfect condition. This bike only has about 30-35 hours on it, and definitely by the looks of the engine, it's running good. Bam! Fresh rubbers. They feel really good, nice and tight. I think this is gonna do the trick. Let's go ahead and get this pipe back on. Look how clean it is. Oof, delicious. All right, the exhaust has new springs on there, and all of the rubber grommets have been replaced. This thing is tight as can be, tighter than a virgin on prom night. So I'm stoked. Silencer's secure. This thing, listen, nothing, no wiggle, no play. Exactly what I wanted. Wheel is on. All we have to do now is bleed the brakes. Should take me about 5 minutes. And if you were good and stuck around, gonna finish up with the surprise at the end here, changing up the front. Brakes are all done. Feeling absolutely amazing. Super tight. Okay, it's all buttoned up. Let's go ahead and take this front number plate off and see what the new one's gonna look like. Gonna be using the Prime MX Restyle kit. Comes with this bracket to allow you to put a newer style number plate kit on. And I have chosen the Cycra Stadium plate. This is from a 2015 CRF450 model. It's gonna look sick, I think. So there it is. This is the new front end. All done. Got it zip tied with the brake guide on and the new prime restyle bracket. So I think it looks amazing. There's just one more thing I need to do, which is hit up my guy Cole Holly with Volta and get some graphics, just a front number plate. I'm gonna try to get the design to match the old one over here. So same design, just with this new Cycra Stadium plate. I'm sure he's gonna set me up. That's my dude. Wow, it is such a good feeling to have this bike back together, and I'm looking forward to taking it for a ride tonight. It's Friday night. I'm gonna probably wash it real quick, get this bike started, and go enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stick around for a little longer to watch this thing get cleaned up and we'll take it out. Much love from your boy Mike.